I'd like to share with you a personal story here about how I learned about Brexit and some interesting facts, well, interesting information around that. You can skip by this too. It's just kind of an investing story or investing thing that really happened. And my hope on this at the end of it is you'll see a philosophy or perspective that might help you. It certainly has helped me of having this type of perspective. So Brexit, right? Brexit happened, unexpected. All the banking stocks go down 20% or so. And it was kind of a tough day for the markets, to say the least. So how I found about it, and that the vote went a way that wasn't expected, the vote to leave England, to leave Britain, to leave the European Union, was I was actually traveling at the time, traveling for fun, for pleasure, actually on my own. And I was flying from, I was traveling in Scandinavia, and I was flying from Bergen in Norway to Stockholm in Sweden. Just great places to visit. I was up in Bergen, went through they have a fjord tour that goes from Oslo to Bergen, where you spend a whole day going through fjords, and you're on trains and on water and all that. There's my travel log there for you, and you're going through the fjords, just beautiful, so wonderful. And then it flew directly from the next day from Bergen to Stockholm. In my flight is where I learned about Brexit. An interesting thing, and this is where it's interesting from a global perspective, how I learned about it was from actually a tourist or a person traveling from Japan. A little woman, a little older than me, and we were sitting next to each other, and it was kind of funny. She had learned English actually from somebody who lived nearby me. I didn't know him, but lived in the city I was at or nearby. So we talked about that. But then she started talking to me about Brexit, and had I heard about the Brexit vote and what was happening, and me, I know a little bit about investing, so I was sharing some information with her, and we were talking about that. And so that's how I learned about Brexit, while I'm flying from Bergen to Stockholm, and we had a nice conversation about Brexit, what that would mean and what that might mean long term. We were in agreement that short term would be very volatile, probably pretty nasty for many stocks, but long term things even out and things get better long term. That's been the history of the stock market, no matter which markets they are, over long periods of time. But it's certainly short term pain. The last part of the story I want to leave with you is, not only was I not missing my flight or constantly saying, has anybody heard about Brexit? Anybody heard about Brexit? And all freaked out before I got on the plane. It was like, oh yeah, Brexit's happening. And oh, by the way, they voted the way that wasn't expected. And then I found about that on the plane. So many folks would then exit the plane. What would they do first? They would try to get on a computer somewhere at an internet cafe, or rush to their hotel, check their investments, and just get all freaked out about it, and see some of their investments going down, and really have a lot of turmoil. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's your money. You've earned that money through hard work, and that's okay. I just wanted to just share with you, it's okay to be relaxed a little bit about it too. It's important to have a diverse portfolio. If I had all my investments in banking stocks, particularly in English banking stocks like Barclays and Royal Bank of Scotland, boy, I would be having a panic attack, well, for sure. But as a diversified investor, and all that, it was less about that, more of a curiosity, and actually more looking about maybe there might be opportunities to buy. So, but I didn't rush the hotel and all that, because I'm on holiday, I'm on vacation, and I'm here now in Stockholm. Yeah, I might have checked a couple of things, watching a little bit of the news or talking to people about it for more of an interesting way. So I could either lock myself in my hotel room and just watch the stock ticker, or I could understand that I have a long-term plan, that this is ups and downs are part of the plan. And I could continue my holiday, which involved, if you've been to Stockholm, going to the old town or old part of Stockholm, which is absolutely beautiful. I'm sure there's people from Sweden, from Stockholm, saying, you tourists, you go into the old part, everybody goes there or whatever. I'm just telling you, here's an image of it. Where would you rather be? In your hotel room looking at stock symbols, or would you rather be here when you're out on holiday? I tell you, it was very calming and very, very effective thing. So if you listen to this lesson through here, thank you for indulging me, and hopefully you took from there the message of, once again, things that we've been talking about, of diverse portfolios, international, domestic, all the different things, and that understand that money is in investing is really to help support your life, which is the joyous parts of life. And this is the joy that I have, and I remember that day, and I remember that trip, and it was just so wonderful. And that trip through Scandinavia, where I was in Copenhagen, Oslo, Bergen, and Stockholm, just beautiful, wonderful, for many a trip of a lifetime. And so understand that stocks and investing helps feed that, and not the other way around. And look at this picture and think, boy, this is maybe where you'd want to go, and I hope you get there, because it's wonderful.